Hi everyone, Mystic Mars here with your weekly oracle forecast for April 18th through the 24th. Last week I did not do a video reading, but I did do a written oracle reading that I posted about in my group, and if you want to check that out, you can find a link to my group below. And as usual, I have pre-saged and blessed my decks, so let's start out with the animal medicine for this week. Very cool. I don't know if this card has ever popped up for me, maybe a couple of times, but we have Bear with us this week. So Bear is pretty much all about introspection. The poem that goes along with Bear is, Bear, invite me into the cave where silence surrounds the answers you gave. So this is a really interesting card for spring, as you can imagine, because the bear goes into hibernation in the winter and emerges in the springtime. So you may find that you are still in that cave, and this week may be an instance where you're starting to re-emerge. You're starting to really breathe in that fresh spring air, and you have your answers possibly, and now you're ready to put them into action and see your actions through. This is also a feminine energy card in the animal medicine world, about intuition and things like that. So really the darkness, the going within, the introspection is a very feminine energy. Another interesting thing is, at least the way it's described in my medicine book, Bear can be considered the west side of the energy. It's almost like, picture the circular head looking down on a head, and the forehead would be the south, the back of the head would be the north, the right side would be the west, and the left side would be the east. So apparently Bear resides in the west side, and when it goes into the cave, it's going within the center of the head, which is the pineal gland. And this is where it's hibernating, it's getting answers, it's the dream time area. So this is where Bear goes to hibernate, get answers, and then re-emerges in the spring. So again, I'm really loving this card for spring. The number here is 5. And as most of you know, I'm very much into numerology and I love to tie it in. So 5 is a number about change, travel, all of that. It's a very fluctuating number, so you may find that there will be a lot of changes this week for you, whether it is travel or whether it's just a change of job or scenery. Things may be up in there a little bit, but that's not bad. That's a great thing. So let's take a look and see what the Avalon Oracle has for us this week. Okay, well, this is a bit of a surprise. For this week, the card, the energy accompanying Bear, is Burden. Now I say it's a surprise because I actually have started doing weekend oracle readings that are exclusively on Instagram, but this time I posted about it in my group because Burden came up. Burden was the theme this weekend, and I felt that I needed to really describe the energy of that, how I was feeling that it related to the group. So this may be a time where you have to evaluate what you're carrying or who you're carrying. What is weighing you down right now? What are the situations or people that you feel maybe are holding you back even? Monitor your energy, see where you're lending your energy, and maybe there are some areas where you don't need to lend your energy anymore. It's really a time of reevaluation, and part of this is perhaps going within the cave of Bear to reflect, to introspect, and figure out, where am I, who am I giving my energy to, and maybe you're not receiving in return. So that's really interesting occurrence. So this energy is really following us from the weekend over into this week, the energy of burden. Let me go ahead and read you a little bit about this for extra information. What burdens are you carrying on this part of the journey? Are you transporting those of others out of generosity or codependency? Is this burden so heavy that it slows you down? This marker asks you to stop and look at your responsibilities, your commitments, and all that you bring with you on your journey. Are you clinging to an unhealthy relationship out of fear? Are you taking on the burden of others to prevent them from getting hurt? Do you know that this enables others to avoid learning their life lessons and doesn't really help at all? Drawing this marker encourages you to release others to their own path. It may also be a time for you to ask if you're helping because you like being needed. If the answer is yes, then the message is truly to let go of this burden, for it's born of self-centeredness. Release the burden of others to the divine. They also have their own angels and guides, just as you do. Trust in the divine plan for all. On the sacred path to Avalon, you must be aware that you pack all of the essential wisdom tools you need to chart your course. Integrity, kindness, compassion, discernment, discretion, faith, forgiveness, truth, and love are but some of them. Once your tools are counted, see if the rest of what you're hanging on to is appropriate. This is the time to leave behind any unnecessary burdens and to know you have the strength to carry what is yours. All right, so this and bear. Very interesting. Also, let's talk about the numerology. This is a 43, which equals to 7 in numerology. So 7 is seven's almost like, I see it as almost like the Hermit card of tarot. It is stepping back, going into your own sanctuary in order to, get away from all the stimuli. It's a time to just kind of close the door, make a little space for yourself to just sit there and study. Could be part of it. It doesn't just have to be meditation. It could be studying for the answers. It could be, it's just kind of a quiet time. I picture someone almost in a cozy little study or library with a cup of tea, just thinking and reading and just stillness and quiet going within. So this really accompanies bear beautifully. So you may find that this week you will want to disengage and disconnect. This may be a good time to take a little bit of a Facebook hiatus if you'd like, in whatever way that you could just really honor this time to step back and reevaluate. Wonderful. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the reading.